Alright. Welcome back, everyone, to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. It's been a few weeks. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. Or weekend. It was kind of... You know what I mean. Anyways, the last we left everyone, we were in the town of Alaki, and Murderbot had snuck over to... over to...
He has a name.
I'm sorry. What was his name?
Pidwick.
Alright, we're sticking with Pidwick 2. Alright. Pidwick 2, aka Murderbot, snuck into Elias's sleeping area and shot a dart into his neck. And Mr. Jeeves happened to wake up and ran off to get Alexandra. When they came back, it appears that horrible tragedy has occurred, and now they can see blood all over the pillow next to Elias's neck. And I need you to roll a Constitution save, Elias.
All right. A very mediocre Constitution. So let's see how this.
Oh my God!
Woo!
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, let me check something. All right. Elias, you've been shot in the neck. The critical wound, since you were unconscious. And it's going to do 45 points of damage.
Oh. Wow.
A lot.
That is a lot. Yeah, automatic critical because you were asleep and unable to defend yourself. And he got you right in the jugular. So this isn't a normal dart. You think it's going to be poisonous dart, and that's what inflicted most of the damage here. However, when this happens and your friends walk in, you are already passed out, and the sudden loss of blood makes it hard for you to stir from your slumber. But you do gain consciousness. Unless... no, okay. Yeah, you're not below your hit point max. So,
Yeah.
45. I'll just apply that there. Yeah, not too far from it, though. Yes, Elias, you open your eyes to a world of pain, dizzying feeling as you're losing blood and this poison's coursing through your system. In front of you is Mr. Pidwick and your friends rushing into the room to help you.
So as Elias's eyes are opening, and he's kind of between this waking up and being conscious state and half asleep, and the poison is hitting him, and he's in pain, but also losing blood. So he's very he's not entirely aware of what's going on. He sees Pidwick in front of him, and he doesn't appear to be Pidwick. He sees him as kind of a nightmarish, demonic, of course, dragon-like appearance, and he feels as if a claw has stuck him in the throat and is bleeding him out with its with the talons of a dragon. And he thinks he's done. He thinks that the nightmare has finally taken hold on him and is killing him, and he can't utter a word right now. He's just kind of clawing. Oh my God! He raises an arm towards who he thinks might be his friends, but he's not sure exactly what's going on.
Sorry, the music got really weird there for a minute.
That was perfect.
Yes, very disoriented. The nightly nightmares that have been haunting Elias since his young childhood seem to have manifested themselves The demonic form of Mr. Pidwick doesn't look too far away from something to be terrified from, if you were to open your eyes and find it there. And his orange eyes may be mistaken easily for some kind of draconic figure. So, Elias, is there an action that you're taking?
Let's see. I think Elias is too surprised right now to do anything. The people coming in are going to be able to do something before he does.
Sure. Okay, you're stunned. Alexandra and Mr. Jeeves, what do you do?
Stop bleeding.
All right, so you go to apply pressure around or on Elias's neck.
Yeah.
Alex?
Alexandra is going. She's going to rush over and gently lift Pidwick from the bed and out of range of Elias.
Okay. He lets you do that without any struggle.
Why have you done this, my little friend? You told me you'd be on your best behavior.
He just stares at you.
Can I trust you not to attack him right now and to let us save him?
He nods his head.
Thank you. She gently sets him on the floor and caresses his cheek, and then rushes over to Elias' side to try to help in any way she can.
Great.
So Jeeves is trying to stop the bleeding around Elias's neck, but as he's putting his hands around his neck, Elias doesn't perceive it as it being that way. He thinks it's the hand of a beast trying to grab him, and he kind of reels back a little bit. What's going on? Who are you? What are you? What's going on?
Elias, you've been gravely injured. Stand still and heal yourself.
That's Alex. Okay, heal myself. Okay. What hit me? What happened?
We'll explain after. You're losing blood quickly.
Yeah. Let's just lay on hands, buddy, and questions after.
Okay, so Elias is going to use the best thing he can muster right now, which is 4th level Cure Wounds. One, two, three.
Mike, do you have the link to your stream so I can post it?
It's just Zombie Mike on Twitch. I got a lot of stuff open on both monitors at the moment.
I'll find it.
I'll try to look.
All right, a great bit of healing energy closes the wound. You're no longer bleeding, and you don't feel the effects of the poison either.
I'm just gonna wipe my hands on his shirt. There we
Okay.
go.
So Elias sits up and he looks around and he sees Pidwick II over there standing, but he doesn't put together exactly what happened yet. And he's like, "Were we attacked?"
You were specifically.
Oh, I suppose the threat is taken care of then. It seems like everyone is all right otherwise.
It would seem so. Perhaps we should all just get back to bed.
I think I need some information. Who hit me? Who was it?
Alex just steps aside and lowers her head.
Yeah. Pidwick attacked you for some reason.
Oh. Well, I could probably guess why. I don't think he was quite happy with me chastising him for what happened earlier. And the room over, a person similarly to me. And I should have figured that.
Likely not, my friend, but rest assured it won't happen again.
Rest assured. Well, as we talked about earlier, all I can do is put him in your care and responsibility, and hopefully you won't be minus a healer.
I hope not.
Pidwick, are we, how should I say this? Are we even now?
He raises up a little thumb.
I see. Well, I guess that'll do it. I am a forgiving man, even when it comes to automatons, I suppose. Oh, Jeeves, you need some work on your medicine skills.
You're alive.
Wow.
Yes, and each passing day I wonder why and how.
Yes, I have no bedside manner either.
Oh, what a pain in the neck it's been lately.
But
He's back to his old self already. Your shadow's not, however. You can tell that the shadow is not in its comfortable position of mimicking, although not perfectly, your normal movements. It's menacingly standing near Mr. Pidwick.
Let me roll perception to see if I notice that. Let's see.
Sure, you notice it.
Oh yeah.
In fact, you can kind of get the sense that you can tell that it's ready to attack the automaton very quickly if it's needed.
Well, Elias sees this and considers it for a moment, but gives him pause because he's pretty sure he couldn't stop the thing anyway. But he does say to the others, I think my shadow is about to attack Pidwick.
The shadow doesn't move. It stands completely still, but it doesn't retreat from Mr. Pidwick at all. As if it's just waiting for a reason to attack something. You think that maybe this may have influenced Mr. Pidwick and his current behavior just from the position that Mr. Pidwick has next to it and how readily he was able to thumbs up to make sure that you guys were good.
So it was influencing his agreeableness. Okay, so Elias can piece that together now, and he shakes his head and realizes what's going on, and voices without being specific how disappointing.
Shall we all try to get back to bed? As unpleasant as this little encounter has been.
I think it's still underway of being unpleasant.
The two of you made amends, or so I thought.
The three of us, you mean? Elias, me, I would be okay with going back to sleep, but I'm not sure Dark Elias would feel the same.
Alexander just glances to the shadow and raises a brow.
Pidwick, this thing is not my friend, but it appears you have someone watching you.
Mr. Pidwick doesn't move. Pidwick 2 just gives you another thumbs up.
That's not going to work.
appears that's all the little guy has at the moment.
Well, that's not my responsibility. And Elias rolls over.
Alexander reaches for Pidwick's hand. Shall we go back to bed, little one?
He reaches his hand up to you.
All right, then. She will take his hand and lead him back upstairs. And this time she will not forget to lock the door.
As you lead him out of the room, his eyes never leave the shadow on the wall that was behind him. And it's doubtful that Elias notices as his back is turned, but the shadow takes a defensive stance in front of Elias. It's almost as if he could just rest easy for the rest of the night. If he didn't have some murderous shadow standing over him the whole time.
What a strangely useful thing this shadow has been. Of course, not entirely great either. No, Elias doesn't say that. I'm saying that.
These are what they look like, by the way, in case you needed a reminder.
Yeah, I remember.
When it takes a form other than mimicking Elias, that's what it looks like.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this picture before.
He showed us the, wow, he can't talk tonight. He showed us this picture at the death house.
Oh yeah, when we picked up the dagger and they showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's its corporal form. It has an incorporeal, more shadow-like quality when it wants.
As you were, Corporal.
Yeah. All right. Well, you are plagued by your normal nightmares as you drift off back to the land of unconsciousness.
We'll say that Elias sleeps soundly instead. At baseline, he doesn't have as many bad dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
All in a day's work. Okay. Well, there's enough time that passes until morning that you do get the benefits of your full rest. That includes healing as well. So I'll just apply another full rest, since everyone will basically have the same benefits from that. Let's see. There we go.
That was a fun little episode.
All right. The morning sun never penetrates the mist and the clouds that hang over the land of Ravenloft. However, morning time comes eventually anyway. It's been an eventful night. Your hosts, the Baron and the Baroness, have a succubus in the form of their former son, and of course have the girl there as well. Why does her name escape me at the moment? Very sorry. Stella, yes, of course. Stella's there. And the servants that you're sleeping in the room with, they were terrified by last night's encounter. You were sharing a room with two of them, and yeah. I forgot to mention that once everybody came in and the whole murder bot and shadow of death and all of this good stuff, that transpired all in front of their in front of these servants. So yeah,
normal day for us.
You can tell that they're a bit shaken by the guests in the house. Who knows what they had seen in the days of Ezek Strozny's residence here, though.
Right.
All right, a brand new day. A land of opportunity awaits. What would you guys like to do now?
Elias knows what they should do, but he's hesitant to vocalize it since the shadow is with him.
Perhaps we should go check in with Zuleika. Let her know that we did not find her husband there at the castle.
Huh. Well, that is one thing. I do think that we should get moving, regardless.
Mr. Jeeves, what do you think?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just
Try-
go with
try
the
to keep-
flow, you know?
Try to keep my options open. Yep. And yeah.
I think going to the werewolf's den is not a bad idea.
You know that Jack had some personal business with those people. Are you sure that Jack would want you to visit those werewolves without his presence?
Well, my
Plus-
thinking.
Like, just out of character. He's got the werewolf with him.
Yeah, I know. My thinking out of character is that that's right around one of the two places that they need to purify the sites of. But Elias doesn't want to talk about that with Shadow. But we also need to get up with Van Richten and Esmeralda. Not is Esmeralda, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So to help us with that, hopefully we could do one each at the same time. But I'm not sure how we're going to coordinate that now. But maybe they could do it without Elias being around to let him know when the time is right to do that. Because I think doing that simultaneously would still work.
Or maybe he could find somebody to exercise his damn shadow.
He gets plenty of exercise.
Wow.
Well, Carmilla shot a fire spell at it and missed, but it ran away in defense from such a thing.
Alex would like nothing more than to go hunting down her sister, but not while Strahd's shadow is haunting Elias.
Well, you can try to hit it too if you want.
All this is out of character, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to the table, the breakfast table here. Everyone's pondering, eating their gracious meal given by their host, as Elias' shadow does its best to mimic him. And its best includes being just a little creepy by missing a few cues here and there on purpose.
So Elias is thinking he had not considered that the shadow could take magical damage, as it seemed to want to avoid from Carmilla the night before. So he's considering attacking it now. He thought it would be above his level getting rid of it, but he's thinking maybe if he could muster enough magic, he could do something to it. But he'd have to be careful and one swift, action do it so it doesn't alert Master. So that's what he's thinking.
All right. Is anyone doing anything aside from chowing down on breakfast? The quality of waffles here suck, by the way.
So we have the idea of the forest. Anywhere else you guys would like to go? I hear the mountains are nice this time of year.
Madam Ava did mention something significant about the mountains.
Out of character, I vaguely remember that, but I don't remember what she said.
Yeah, same here. It's been a while since we did the Fortune episode.
Well, we know from before there's like a guardian there, something like that. I'm also still worried about Jack. I wish I could sense his presence.
Jack is a resourceful man. I'm sure he'll escape the castle of his own accord.
That is the truth. I've never met someone more resourceful than that.
Knowing him, he'll probably pick up a friend or two along the way as well.
And the burgomaster takes interest in this comment and says, "Are you telling me that Jack is a prisoner in Castle Ravenloft?"
We didn't know he was there.
Wow.
What did you guys just say, though? I mean, you said that he can escape the castle. He's a resourceful guy.
No, we didn't. I didn't know the burgomaster was sitting with us.
Oh yes, you're all eating breakfast together.
Way to backtrack, Elias.
Oh, you guys have dropped a
didn't say
lot
he
of
was a
juicy
prisoner.
stuff. This was really good for Strahd. He loves every moment that he's listening in on.
I didn't say he was a prisoner.
Wow, he's sticking with it.
So where is Jack these days, then? He's been very useful to our house.
I'm not certain where he is right now.
All he mentioned to us was that he had some personal business to attend to, and that he would regroup with us later.
Well, I'm sure all will be well, of course. Things always seem to turn out for the better. No matter what bumps we hit along the way.
Alexandra nearly chokes on her drink at that. Burgomaster, by chance, how well versed are you in the lore of this land?
My family has been part of these lands since, I don't know, before Vallaki was anything more but a humble watering hole. We've brought this place to greatness through generations. We know much of its history. Why do you ask, my dear?
I was just wondering if perhaps you could remind us again how Strahd came to power in these lands.
Well, I believe historians say that he was a foreigner who had pushed his rivals to these lands, defeated them here. Then, for some reason, decided, I guess only because of the beauty of that Barovia was, to settle in these lands and have his castle built here. But that was long before my time. I have only known Strahd as the vampire that he is, and we've done our best to erect the walls around Vallaki and be a safe haven, a shining jewel in this miserable land for people to take refuge from Strahd and his minions, his spies.
Alexandra immediately looks away, trying to avoid glancing at Elias at that comment.
It doesn't strike Elias any particular way, so he just listens.
Well, thank you for your hospitality once again, Burgomaster. But I'm afraid we must be on our way very soon here.
Yes, well, it's always an interesting visit whenever you guys drop in. If I can be of service, let me know.
Next time we come along, we'll be sure to bring Jack with us so you two can have a chat.
I don't suppose you have any spare time to hunt the succubus that attacked my son.
That is one of the tasks we intend to set out on, amongst many.
Well, I received reports from the guards before you all came to the table, and nothing was found.
Last night, no. We decided it would be better to get some rest rather than work ourselves to exhaustion and collapse.
There was a curious amount of blood on the roof and next to the window by where my son had stayed in the attic. But we're not sure what to make of it.
She escaped?
And it must be, yes. That's It's what my belief is.
Out of character, did anybody do anything with Victor's body, or did they just leave it up on the roof?
Nope, just left it.
It would have to be Lilith if someone did anything.
Alex looks around the table, and she sees Victor just kind of roll his eyes at this comment about the blood on the roof.
Would you like us to take one last look, Burgomaster, for your own comfort's sake?
Oh, absolutely, yes. If you can begin an investigation and coordinate with my guards, it would be greatly appreciated.
Would you mind, sir, if I brought Victor along, just to ask and see if he could recall anything about the night? Any little bit would be helpful.
Victor says, well, it was quite a disturbing experience, Father, but I would be willing to cooperate. I think that, perhaps a few minutes wouldn't hurt. And, she gives Elias, like a, I don't know, like a glare that says, not you.
Not you.
Yeah, Elias is shaking his head and kind of rolling his eyes too because he thinks this is all so silly, but yeah.
Well, Elias, Jeeves, I don't want to trouble you, gentlemen. If you like, you can continue eating breakfast until we're ready to go.
I think I've had enough food. I'll be waiting outside.
Yep.
Very well then, gentlemen. Jeeves, if you don't mind, would you keep an eye on Pidwick for me as well?
Sure.
Yeah, you guys look around and you don't see him.
Just tell me where it is.
How
I'll
would
keep
we
an eye on
not
him.
have seen him? Wouldn't Alex have brought him down to breakfast with her?
I have passive perception checks and stealth rolls I can do. So, no, you didn't.
Okay. I'll look back upstairs.
All right
Best of
then,
luck.
Jeeves, if you wouldn't mind locating Pidwick for me.
Yes, all right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mr. Jeeves, you're checking upstairs. Elias, you're going outside. And Alex, you're going to investigate the murder attempt scene.
With quote-unquote Victor.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Jeeves, what room would you like to search as you follow Alex and Victor up the stairs?
I guess the room we came from originally.
That would be the last room that you guys noticed him in was the actual dining place that you were eating in. So
Mm-hmm.
he was downstairs with you the last time that you noticed him.
Okay. I'll check all the rooms that we've been in then upstairs and just one by one.
Okay. Alex, you and Victor reach the master suite, pull down the access to the attic, and begin your climb up to the top there. And Stella, she stays down below and with the burgomaster and his wife. So it's just you two.
What are we to do with the body on the roof?
Oh, well, I requested that you do something about that yesterday, but it looks like I had to take care of things myself.
So you did move it then?
Yes, he has a nice final resting place outside the walls of Valaki. I'm sure the wolves will tend to the remains.
You have my gratitude for that.
Oh, it was mutual benefit.
Either way, I suppose we should waste a few minutes up here pretending to search at least.
Well, it was your idea to bring us up here. I just thought you may have more to talk about.
As a matter of fact, I do. The one that you serve, the same one Camilla serves. Do you know where they are exactly?
You use the word serve. What would you know about such relationships? Unlike Strahd, who has his puppets that he makes into spawn, I am simply an ally, someone that I respect.
I use the term because I know nothing else of it. If you're allied with him, then that's well and fine.
Sometimes the less you know, the better things are.
Sometimes that may be, but in this case, I would like to know more. Lisa Tepesh is my sister.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't quite know exactly where he's at myself.
I just realized I said her last name. Damn it.
Yeah, it's... Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But, she says we were sent in ahead of time to see if we could find a way out of here. And if we couldn't, well, that's that. He did come in afterwards,
to help make
though,
a way out of
so
here.
where his location is exactly, I'm not sure.
But you do have a way to contact him, surely.
There are means of scrying and mental communications that could sometimes work. Scrying doesn't seem to be effective wherever he's at right now. Otherwise, Strahd probably would have found him. Wherever it is, it must be highly protected against such magics that can move things in and out, such as messages. I'm sure if he needed my company, he would find some way to contact me.
And what about Death? The other ally?
I'm not sure of what you speak.
'Twas Death who gave the scroll to my butler to bring me back to life when I first perished here.
Yeah, good times.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. Roll an insight check.
Oh,
Wow.
You can tell that she's interested in what you're saying. But you can't tell if she's pretending that she doesn't know or if she's just saying that because she doesn't want to talk about it or what. But you can tell she's authentically interested that you think death is involved, like some kind of avatar of death itself.
If Death is also a friend of your friend, then obviously they have intentions for me to remain alive in this land and fulfill my purpose.
Oh, well, I know many things infernal. However, death itself is something beyond my knowledge. I've never heard of death stepping outside and making room for a mortal to walk once again. Such as usually the business of clerics like your faithful friend Elias. And I don't even understand why they would bring mortals back from their natural right to die.
Death serves the king who wields the Crimson Stone. It's in my family's books themselves, our history.
Well, whoever controls such stone has obviously some immense powers.
Yes, he does. Your ally would be him.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. You can roll another perception check. Oh, pretty good. You think she knows what the Crimson Stone is, and if her so-called master is the owner of such a stone.
His name is Matthias Kronkbeast.
Do you really think that I can give you any information that's going to help you?
We need his help. We run out of our other options. Our friend Jack is currently a prisoner of Strahd in his castle. We need to take down the other two wards that give him his power, and we can't do it alone.
Yes, well, it's quite curious how convenient things such as death intervening to save your life and me being there to assist in such matters just happens to aid you in your times of need. So perhaps that help is already being given. Your success is obviously nothing I've interfered with. I've only wished to help you.
If you can do nothing more, then please do this. Try to get a message to him. Let him know that we're seeking him out, that we need his help. If he wants to leave this land just as the rest of you do, and we do, we need to work together.
I'm afraid if you take your friend with his shadow, then there will be a bad result should Strahd learn the location of Lisa.
Which is why I don't intend to bring Elias until we can be rid of his shadow.
Even if
you know how to dispel it, then by all means, please help.
Even the most basic wizards know about scrying. Have you never heard of it? You can remotely view your target if they're not aware of it. Some people are easier to scry on than others, and at least there's got to be one person among you that's not going to notice such a thing being done to them. Even if this shadow problem was solved, do you think it's safe to find her?
I have to try, or at least pretend to try. Our lives are dependent on it at this point. Strahd is growing quite fed up with us. We have to act, and we have to act fast, whatever we do.
Yes, Carmilla sent me a message. One that only I could hear. And said that Strahd may be coming here. What transpired last night?
She attacked the shadow that was haunting Elias.
So Strahd is most likely aware of her presence here in the land, yes?
Most likely.
He's going
Most
to
things
understand
that we would have preferred to keep secret were unfortunately revealed.
She will be viewed as the vampire that has invaded his territory. And she will become the immediate target of Strahd's entertainment. I fear for my companion's safety.
Do you think she'll be able to elude him?
I'm afraid not. Wherever she was staying is probably being compromised. She's had all night, and Strahd had probably set upon her as soon as possible. I will keep this information from Stella, but I do worry.
Yes, we shouldn't keep Stella worried either. But now I worry as well. Perhaps we should go investigate the swamp where she was staying.
I think that would be wise. But what do you do if you find Strahd there and there's some sort of battle going on? What side would you choose?
It's a difficult question for me to answer. Obviously, I would wish no harm upon Camilla or any of you. But I have to keep this strange deception going.
If I was to leave Stella here,
with Strahd completely.
I'm quite a force to be reckoned with myself. If you wish my assistance, checking out the swamp.
I would appreciate it if you could pull yourself away.
Well, I think the ruse would be up if Victor disappeared for no reason. He never leaves this place. he stays locked up here in his studies too much. And I think that his parents will be mindful of his presence, so they won't just let him lock himself in here. I could give up the ruse and assist you, even if it costs me my existence, fighting for Carmilla. But if you think I'd help, and you can't handle it on your own, I would be willing to go.
I wouldn't ask you to lay down your life as we would, but we would be grateful for your assistance if things did go south.
Huh. Well, a runaway Victor, unless you can come up with a story that brings me away for some reason.
Victor was well versed in magic. Perhaps we could persuade the burgomaster that we do need his assistance, being short on Jack.
Oh, everyone knows Victor was a moron when it came to magic. Instead, how about saying that you're afraid the succubus will attack him again? They're known to become fascinated with objects of their desire, and may resurrect them multiple times after enjoying their company. And she gives you a wink as Victor.
She just shakes her head and smirks. That actually may be better. We could protect him better if he were to come with us, rather than leaving him here at the household defenseless.
It sounds fun. Although, I will be stepping away from Stella and was sworn to protect her. But I did this as a favor to a friend, and now my friend's in trouble.
It's a gamble we take either way. Stella would be left here defenseless, but I think Strahd would find very little interest in her.
This was the last place that Strahd had learned about Carmilla, so perhaps this would be his first destination. He hadn't left yet.
Then perhaps I should take Stella to stay with me at the Blue Water Inn.
Well, if you're going to move her location, I'd rather Elias's shadow not know about it.
I don't want Elias or his shadow anywhere near that family. The Mardikovs have been wonderful to us. I'd be devastated if anything were to happen to them.
This is the most well-guarded mansion in the city.
If you trust that the guards of Vlaaki can fend off Strahd,
It's not what I
then
trust.
Strahd leave her here.
It's what the burgomaster and his wife think. Lydia would probably prefer to keep her Stella's company.
Then shall we go down now and try to persuade them?
I'll let you do as you wish. I can be very convincing when I need to be.
Yes, of this we're aware.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet, sister. All right, and she begins walking back to the ladder to go back down to the master suite. Mr. Jeeves, you have searched every room. This gives you ample time to pilfer around in the mansion. I can share that to you now. Is there any rooms in particular you want me to describe that you're visiting?
Let's see.
And you would be upstairs. No.
Yeah, on the
Oh, yeah.
upstairs level. You have to pan up some.
We still have the burgomaster and his wife and Victor up in the attic.
That's fine. They're not really there.
Yeah. I guess I can search around the office and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go right away.
When you get to the office door, you hear a low growl on the other side of the door when you get near it.
Oh, the puppy dog.
You want to go in?
No, we'll leave that one for now.
All right. Any other rooms?
Let's see. Yeah, let's check out the rooms to the north of that office.
All right. There is a locked closet, and you can't seem to open the door there. But you remember the Burgermaster had once captured a witch and held her in there, and
Right.
had also previously captured, before that, someone that was accused of being a werewolf.
Yep.
So you think that's just a closet where he shackles people as prisoners.
Okay.
You could pick the lock if you want.
Well, that's probably nothing of value in there. More importance, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let me put lock.
Okay. Go ahead and
Or-
roll for that.
Or a very hungry werewolf that's eager to devour everyone in the household.
Yeah, one of the two. You pop the lock, no problem. And inside, it looks chained to the back of this otherwise empty closet, are manacles where it looks like you can hold people. These iron shackles have, I don't know, they look like they're not very comfortable, like they would be sharp enough around the edge to really inflict some pain, unless you were trying to keep them in a very comfortable position.
So they're not currently occupied.
It's not.
Sorry, my headphone keeps cutting out. That was a no.
It's a no. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm having no problems with Discord tonight. It looks like
No.
streaming's going well.
It's my wire. My wire keeps clicking.
Everything's good on my end.
No, it's me. It's me. Okay. So there's nothing in there other than manacles.
That's right.
Okay. What about this bedroom?
The bedroom north of Ezek's room?
No, on the opposite side.
Oh,
on
that's
west
the
side.
master bedroom. That's where the attic access trapdoor is. It goes up.
Right. Okay.
So
What's
that's the
in
that's the master bedroom. Do you want to search there?
What's in this closet?
In that closet, cloaks, coats, gowns, and other fancy apparel hang from hooks in this closet. Arranged on low shelves are many fine shoes, slippers, and boots. None quite as amazing as yours.
Of course. Yeah. Let's see. Is that room still occupied?
No, that's the room that holds the creepy mirror, the wedding gown, and this is the room where you spoke last with Carmilla.
Right. So the mirror is still useless.
You can investigate it closer if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, the vanity with a mirror stands against one of the walls, and next to it a faceless wooden mannequin when wearing a bridal gown. Mounted on another wall is the full-length mirror with a gilded frame. Roll an investigation check.
Jeez.
You stare into it, and just for the briefest moment, you feel like the person staring back at you isn't you. But you easily shake it off as just being silly.
There's really nothing up here, so. Okay, yeah. We're gonna head back down.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Elias, where have you positioned yourself?
So Elias is outside of the mansion. He's tried to separate himself away from the eyes of the guard and everyone around town, maybe like behind the mansion or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's thinking, he's reconciling in his head the situation, and he didn't hear the conversation with Lilith and Alex earlier, but she mentioned keeping up the strange deception that they're doing, and that doesn't seem possible along with trying to get rid of the shadow. Like those things are kind of binding to each other, but at the same time, Elias doesn't feel bound or obligated to hold up the deception any longer than he absolutely has to, just being the type of person he is. And if he sees Strahd again, might even just go ahead and attack him. So he's decided that enough's enough and they need to go ahead and settle these things. So he's going to try to target the shadow with the spell.
Very interesting. Well, you had previously stated in front of the shadow that you are ultimately going to try to destroy Strahd anyway. So
yeah, that's
roll a perception check. Oh boy. You see Mr. Pidwick the second peeking through one of the bushes and failing quite miserably at hiding from you. But he's watching you.
Okay. Elias notices this, but takes no action right now because he's hoping that Pidwick won't try to attack him again. He'll maybe move away if he can from the at least the line of fire from Pidwick.
Pidwick doesn't know that you've really noticed him unless you want him to.
Let's see. Elias waves at him.
Oh. When you wave to him, he just kind of steps out into the open and starts walking closer to you.
Pidwick, this thing following me around seems quite mean, doesn't it? I think it's time I get rid of it.
And he nods his head yes. All right. Roll for initiative.
All right. Oh. Two.
Ooh, almost. Whoops. Almost added a shadow demon instead of just a shadow to the combat tracker. That wouldn't have been good. You don't want one of those. All right, let's get
Sounds
Elias here. Token scales all off. Mr. Pidwick next to you. And the shadow that is always right next to you.
Don't suppose Pidwick has ethereal darts that can cause damage to shadow creatures, does he?
We're about to find out, I think.
Oh lord.
Okay, well the shadow goes first, but it doesn't know what's going on, so you're going to get a surprise attack round. Well, I don't know. You did telegraph that it was time to get rid of it, didn't you?
Yeah, and do we know how communication works between it and Strahd?
No, you don't.
Okay.
I mean, if you're more well-versed in magic, then you could probably guess.
Right.
But it's kind of out of Elias's field of expertise.
Yeah.
You
I
think
figured.
Jack would probably know.
Well, Jack has been with us when we had the shadow.
Yeah, but you never ask him specifics about how he thinks that that all works out.
Okay, well, we can't just assume that happened, so, okay.
All right. So when you say that, the shadow becomes corporeal and is now ready. If you're really gonna threaten it, it looks like it's ready to roll. But it's your turn. It's gonna hold on to its move.
Okay. So yes, Elias is going to target it with a guiding bolt, and as he's doing that and doing the action and going through the motions of doing these things, he does say that I do this with some hesitation, Shadow, because you have been quite helpful in protecting me, and in some way I thank you for that, but to accomplish my mission, you must go.
You miss. Guiding bolt shoots past it, and the sense of your sentiment for whatever you had appreciation-wise for it is immediately tainted by the evil creature before you. You feel like it has no good within it. It's a pure creature of darkness. Is that it for your turn? Guiding bolt?
Yeah, movement's not going to do me a whole lot of good, so yeah.
Okay. You do have an AC effect of 1. Are you missing anything else?
I don't think so. My AC should be... I keep forgetting if it's 20 total or 19 total, but I think it's 19, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, the shadow is going to attack you. It held its turn. So let's see. Interesting. Okay. So, it just grabs onto you, or attempts to. However, you dodge and it misses. Yep. Alright, so it missed. And then Mr. Pidwick opens his mouth and outshoots a dart. The dart flies wide. You think that, Elias, that dart was a little too close to you for comfort.
Yeah.
And
Elias is very surprised.
the shadow is going to take its turn. Remember, it held its turn earlier. But this is a new round. And it intends to grab onto you again. This time, it actually connects. It does damage to you. Necrotic damage, 12 points. And also, your strength score is reduced. It drains your strength with this touch. So we'll make a note on your character sheet here. Some notes. Let's see if I can just add one. Normally, strength is 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it just got reduced to 16.
Okay.
Good thing you point that extra point into it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's your turn next.
So, did Pidwick's dart miss both of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Elias shakes off his surprise from the dart missing and the shadow's effect on him, causing the necrotic damage, which is very unpleasant. Elias recalls their previous encounters with the shadows from before. Does it seem appreciably different from those?
No, it seems exactly the same as those when it's in this form.
But he doesn't, like, he can't tell if it's stronger or whatever.
No, it
per
just
se.
looks the same.
Okay. Okay, so he will try another guiding bolt.
All right.
Uh,
Roll higher this time.
That's a
whoa.
hit.
Definitely. All right, Shadow's probably dead. Let's see. Okay.
It's a Strahd shadow. I wouldn't make assumptions.
Let's see about that.
Wow.
Yes, a radiant bolt just vaporizes this shadow. The living dark, the living shadow that this thing was is tore apart by the beam of your light. It is no more. The shadow is no longer a problem for you.
Elias nods his head and pats Pidwick II on his and turns to go back to the building.
Pidwick just doesn't follow and doesn't turn to face or go after you.
And as Elias is going back, he is going to use a little bit of a cure spell on himself.
All right.
Yep, the level 1. Let's see. Yep, perfect.
All right. As for the strength drain, you're gonna have to rest up to get rid of that. You've already rested, so looks like this might stick with you for a while. But it's a 17 to a 16, so it's not gonna really change any of your stats at the moment. Your bonuses.
Right, so Elias is going to look for his allies and make sure they're rounded up and ready to get out of there, so they can do what they need to do.
Okay.
And Elias, does he notice his natural shadow now?
No, your shadow is gone. Actually, you know what? Before I say that, let me just check Strahd's power on that.
Strahd ripped it away from him. I don't think it's just going to magically come back.
Well, I remember reading something about it, so let me just double check, okay? It's a good question.
Sorry, I'm back.
The greater...
Little Pidwick was so brave.
Did Pidwick kill his shadow?
No.
Yes, he did. It was all Pidwick.
It was brave, what about me?
You're expected to be brave.
That's a lot of damage, dude.
It could have been a lot higher, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a great spell. Elias, you have no shadow at all.
Alright, so, hope nobody suspects I'm a vampire or anything, but...
You're confusing shadows with reflections.
It would be creepy if someone saw someone without a shadow. You might think that they're some kind of unnatural creature, such as a vampire. Not too far out of the realm of...
something not normal.
Yeah, you're weird, dude. You're weird. Yeah, okay, so as you enter the building, you see Pidwick just kind of slowly and reluctantly follow you, as if he's disappointed that you're not dead.
Well, that's figures, so... It's
All
like
right.
a mean dog at this point.
So, Mr. Jeeves, you find Victor and Alexandra speaking with Lydia and the Burgomaster about taking Stella and moving her to the Blue Water Inn. How are you explaining this, Alexander? Why do you want to do this?
That's a great question.
Because the waffles are excellent.
Is Elias with him yet, or is he still like...
Sure,
coming?
everybody's back together.
Alright guys, Shadow's gone. Let's take out the last 2 sites.
Jeeves, you find Pidwick too.
Finally.
Oh yeah, Pidwick
Wait.
was with me if you were looking for him. He, I think he tried to shoot me again, but whatever.
Wait, the shadow's gone.
Yeah, I have none at all now. I killed it.
He did. Pidwick took a shot at you. Wow.
I thought we decided to give up on trying to move Stella.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
Victor was letting you know that they could be quite persuasive if they need to be.
Oh, well, I mean, if that'll help, then sure.
Okay.
We think showing her around the town might do her some good. We have some friends there.
Well, Mother, if you'll excuse us, I wish to speak with Father alone. And she says, well, of course, dear, just be careful. I don't want you getting yourself into any trouble. Just, I'll be over here. And she leaves the room, and Victor says, Father, and you hear this quality in Victor's voice now that seems super charming.
Oh, God.
To a supernatural type of level, you can see that he becomes mesmerized by Victor's words and says, yes, as we were discussing, it's better that we remove myself from this premises so that if the succubus chooses to attack again, my friends here can protect me. And as an extra precaution for my bride-to-be, we wish her to be away from the manor for a while. She would do best at one of the fine establishments here in Vallaki. It's better if you don't know which one. Just in case the succubus comes and attacks here, you'll be able to protect the manor, and it won't be able to extract any information from you. So I know you'll understand, Father. And he shoots the burgomaster a wicked grin, and he just nods his head. Oh yes, my son. Oh, you're so wise. You're going to make a great burgomaster one day.
Not to mention the fact that it would do her some good to socialize with the people of the town. She's going to be marrying your son, after all. She should maintain a public presence.
Where is Stella? Has she agreed to this?
Stella's kind of in the mix of everybody, and she says, am I to be moved? Whatever you think is best.
For your safety, my dear.
Yes, my safety. And she looks at Victor oddly. Well, we're off, Father. I'm sure you'll explain this to Mother and why it was necessary. Toodaloo.
Alex reaches down for Pidwick's hand.
And Pidwick takes it. Ready to follow you wherever you want to go.
Well, then let us take Stella and quote-unquote Victor up to the Blue Water Inn.
All right. Your old friends at the Blue Water Inn. Let's go see them. Blue Water Tavern. Where are you? Yeah, this is where you once had come here when you first got to Vallaki and made these friends. Let's see. This is also where you met Rictavio. And where is the picture I'm looking for? Such a nice picture.
Can Elias ask Alex along the way, why are we taking the succubus to the tavern?
We're not taking her to the tavern. We're taking her with us to investigate the site below where Carmilla was staying. We're concerned that Strahd may have gone directly for her after she attacked the Shadow the other night.
That would be okay with me.
She's offered her assistance at the cost of potentially her own life.
Her life is not incredibly valuable to me, being a demon.
Not to you, Elias, but to me it is.
As you're a Belmont, are you not? Isn't this your calling? I think this is a quite powerful demon.
She's a sentient being, and she's offered us her help. She's allied with someone who could be a great ally to us against Strahd.
And I think that person, that ally you refer to, may be a strong vampire himself, perhaps similar to the strong vampire in the past that your family swore to hunt and defeat.
A strong vampire that currently has my sister in his company.
I see. I know you struggle against your fate in calling Alexandria, and I wish to pry no more. I don't know where this crossroads will take us, but for now, we'll see what happens.
I take it one day at a time, Elias. That's all I can do for now.
I see. Well, in any case, I'm not certain I can go along with helping Carmilla. I do feel quite neutral towards her, as from our last encounter, I did not want to attack her, but I'm not looking to get cuddly with her either.
I wouldn't ask you to get cuddly with her, Elias, but if it came down to her, straw choose.
She has wronged me over my life more than Strahd has. So it's
Personally, yes. But for the whole of the greater good?
That is the best case you could make, I think. That gives me something to think about.
I would think the people of this land deserve to be free. We can settle our personal vendettas later.
Personal, not just for me, but fair point. What do you think, Jeeves?
He doesn't think much.
That's true. That's very true.
I'm sure he thinks a lot. It's just,
And sometimes I think there's nothing at all.
sometimes.
He freely admitted earlier he doesn't think much.
That's right.
Oh, is that what you said?
It's
Yes.
a skill. Skill I roll 20 on often.
Well, you would be pretty useful against Strahd. If you're not thinking, he can't.
I know he can't read your mind.
Exactly. Exactly.
It just popped in there.
Ah,
Stay
you
Puft
didn't.
Marshmallow Man.
That's right. Yeah, no. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I got
on
it.
the subject of Elias talking with Alexandra about her duty as a Belmont and all of that.
Yes. Makes me puff my chest up a little bit.
You can see Stella and the succubus not too far behind. The succubus is chatting with her and trying to make her feel comfortable during the short move to the inn which you guys are about to reach. Your conversation hasn't really been noticed by anyone except for you three.
Is there anything important we should be eavesdropping on?
Well, I mean, if you're going to talk about the succubus, like you were, it's kind of rude to do it in front of her. So I'm going to assume she was trailing behind a bit.
Yeah, that was the intention, of course.
Okay.
I think Alex was asking if there's anything important that she should have heard from the conversation behind her.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I didn't have anything specific in mind.
That's fine then.
I assume that. Go ahead and roll a perception check if you want to drop some eaves. Yeah, okay. You can hear her being honest with Stella that she has a bit of business to attend to. A friend is in trouble, and she doesn't want to leave her in a dangerous position at the Burgomaster's mansion if Strahd decides to show up there for a dinner party. And the Burgomaster and his wife won't know where she's at, so this is her chance to just blend in with the people and not worry about anything horrible happening for a bit.
And be free of everything in case Strahd does decide to make a snack of the Burgomaster and his wife.
Yeah, so you can tell that Stella's getting a kind of the inside baseball on what all of the crazy happenings are going on in the land of Valaki, or in the village of Valaki and the surrounding lands.
Most of the truth. Not permitting the situation with Carmilla, so we don't want her to worry.
Oh, actually, I didn't think about that.
She could probably figure out who she was talking about if Lilith said her friend.
Yeah, but would she have said that? She does need to give her a reason what she's doing and why.
I think it'd be okay for Stella to know.
I think because you guys decided to move her, and that was your idea, then she went along with it, that she's just going to be honest with her. So, yeah, Stella's going to know that Carmilla is potentially in trouble.
Poor Carmilla.
All right. You guys arrive at the Blue Water Inn. The Martikoff family greets you happily and says, "Oh, we haven't seen you in a while." Erwin is pleased to meet you. He walks right up to Elias and shakes his hand. He says, "Where's Jack?"
Jack is not yet with us, my good friend. He should be joining us before long, but he is quite the traveling man.
Well, I hope that what we've passed on to him has lent you a good bit of luck. It's good to have him as part of the family.
Oh, indeed it has, sir. I could not begin to describe the great help it's been for our cause, as well as the spear you helped fashion for me. I greatly appreciate that as well.
Aye, well, that's the best we could make of it. It probably deserves more than what we can do, but we're proud that we were involved. So you're staying in for a bit of wine, or...?
Actually, Erwin, Danica, if you don't mind, this young lady here is Stella Watcher, the daughter of the late Watcher woman. We were wondering if perhaps you could hide her here, keep her safe in your inn.
Ah, yes, this is a good place to lay low. It's not a problem at all.
You know I hate to impose, but I do appreciate it.
And we know your families used to be quite at odds, but we can assure you that Stella is a good girl. She won't give you any trouble.
Well, my friends, you've been very helpful to us, and especially what you've done with our winery. Purifying our poisoned wine, there's just so much that we have to thank you for. This is something small that we can do to help repay you.
How is the old man? It's been a while since we've stopped in to check on him.
You're asking the wrong person. I don't get along with me dad.
Well, you're both good men. I assure you that.
I'm sure he'd be readily to agree that he's a good man. Well, are you sure you don't want to stop in for a bit of wine before you head on your way?
We do appreciate the offer, but we are in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, very well then.
Stella, you'll be comfortable here. These are good people. They'll take good care of you.
Oh, yes. Always moved from the Watcher House to the Velocki Mansion, and now here, just wherever you think I'll best survive.
We just want to keep you safe, my dear, that's all.
You know, actually, out of character, a while ago, when I first talked to Stella, this came up as Elias's first suggestion for where to take her to. So he had like put the seed in her mind before that would be a good idea, that they would take care of her and all that. Of course, it wouldn't mean anything until she had to do it. But.
Yeah, but also from that same conversation, you got the sense that you guys are forcing her fate upon her, and this is just another place that you want her to be, so that's why she's there.
Well, you know, kind of. I tried to give her what I hoped would be her free will for her, but you know that is basically how it is.
At best, Stella will be back to collect you and bring you back to the Burgomaster's mansion. At worst, you'll finally be free of all of this drama in your life.
I suppose things aren't so bad. Maybe I'll find I like this place.
Perhaps you will. Only time will tell. But for now, my dear, we do need to be going. So please, lie low here. Keep safe. We would never want any ill to befall you.
Yes, and please do take care of my husband-to-be. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And she gives you the straight-faced smile.
Elias gives her a deep bow and a sincere thank you.
And then you see Danica come over to her and start chit-chatting, offering her a bit of food, perhaps some delicious waffles, and you guys get the sense that it's okay to leave now if you'd like to.
Yeah, maybe the kids will play with her too and open up for them. Yeah, so Elias is ready to leave.
All right, let's be on our way.
All right. Heading out of Valaki and into the swamps. Is that where we're going next?
Yep.
All right. Still early in the morning. The easiest way would be... Let me see. Yeah, follow the Old Svalich Road west until you get to the river, and then go south. All right.
On the road again.
We are taking our horse and cart, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Sure. Ooh.
That's not a good sound. You roll hidden dice and then you say ooh.
Huh.
That's not a good sound either.
No, it's my favorite random encounter, actually.
Dead body.
No, something actually catches Mr. Jeeves' eye. A shiny.
Oh, a shiny thing.
Shiny!
Yeah. Close to the bridge, you find what appears to be a tiny clockwork figurine of a dancer that's missing a gear and doesn't work.
Oh, jeez. How tiny is this? Like, Pidwick tiny?
Oh, no, Pidwick Tiny would actually be quite large. Pidwick's the size of a toddler. This could fit easily in the palm of your hand like a music box, kind of.
It sounds like a Blinsky toy.
Yeah, you should give it to Pidwick. Perhaps he has an extra gear or so to get it running again.
Yep, I'll grab it. I won't give it to Pidwick, but I'll grab it. I'll look at Pidwick, see if he's got any gears, like, loose.
Wow.
No.
I think he's got a few gears loose, yeah.
Yeah, he does have a few gears loose, I think, but none that you can use in a physical manner.
Okay.
I could break a few off of him if you want.
You will do nothing of the sort.
So as they're riding, Elias kind of adjusts his collar and kind of furls it upward more than he usually does.
All right.
What do you think, my little friend? Can you get it running again?
He just looks at it and shakes his head no. He doesn't seem all that interested in it.
He was interested in the one that was in Blinsky's toy shop.
Was it a dancer?
It was a music box.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, he's not interested in this.
Okay, fine.
He looks interested in Elias, though. Yeah, you can almost feel his eyes peering at you, but you're blocking it with your collar.
Oh boy. So we're hanging out with Murderbot on the way to Carmela. That's great.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You begin heading south, and the road stops from being some worked path that wagons could easily transverse to something a lot more muddy and harder to bring the horse through. The wheels of the wagon actually hamper your speed at this point. But you're slowly making a steady pace south. High above on the cliff, you see the ruins of Argynvostholt, where you had previously visited, high above you, to the west. And if you continue on further south, you'll eventually reach the ruins of Berez. Want to continue on to Berez?
I didn't think the witch's hut was that far down. I thought it was before we got to Perez.
It's basically in the same area.
Okay. And yes.
Alright.
It's in the same area. Okay, you continue south. Yeah, the trail hugs the rivers for several miles. And dirt and grass now turn to marsh. The trail dissolves into spongy earth pockmarked with stands of tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. You'll either have to abandon your cart here or risk it getting stuck. There's a thick shroud of fog that's covering everything. Scattered throughout the marsh are old peasant cottages, their walls covered with black mildew, their roofs mostly caved in. These decrepit dwellings seem to hunker down in the mire, as though they've long since given up on escaping the thick mud. Everywhere you look, black clouds of flies dart about, hungry for blood. The fog is much thinner on the far side of the river, where a light flashes amid a dark ring of standing stones.
We never investigated that, did we?
I don't think so.
I remember him describing it before, but I think it was like out of reach or something.
Well, we definitely shouldn't bring the carriage through the muck if it's going to get stuck in the mud, so we'll leave the horse and carriage there and continue on.
Where are my markers? A good old party marker. Where's it at? Where's my box of tokens? Tokens, please. Oh no. Oh, there they are, way down at the bottom. Sorry, I don't access that all that much. Party marker, where are you? There you are. Okay, so this is where you've come across. On the opposite side of the river is where you see the standing stones to the south and the east. And then the ruins that you see there are, as I described, the buildings. Starting to look more familiar.
Yep. Fun times.
Can we see Carmela's giant skull?
You're a bit too far away to see through the fog. You'll have to get closer.
The closer we shall get.
Is there anything going on? Can we see anything like untoward? Anything gonna jump out on us? I'm on edge.
You're on edge. All right, so you're extra alert. Go ahead and make a perception check.
All of us or just him?
Just Mr. Jeeves. Mr. Jeeves, you notice that some of these swarms of flies look like they might pose a problem. You think it's wise if you avoid them.
Okay.
All right. So being more careful of the swarms, you'll be able to navigate a little bit easier. And I need to call for a break. So let's call for intermission. We'll go for a little bit longer tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go get some water, and we'll reconvene here in a second.
Alright.
Okay. I'll step away for a sec too.
Drink time.
Oh, speaking of flies, this is horrendously appropriate.
What's that?
I just found a video of flies in Tennessee swarming a gas station
Ooh.
quite horrifically. I'll post it in the Ravenloft chat. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Not really, but like I couldn't even imagine this. I think I'd just keep driving.
Yeah, I wouldn't get out, that's for sure. No, it's not a locust. He needs gas.
Wow.
Ooh, like moth. Wow.
Okay, I'm back.
Everybody, shh, he's back.
What a miss.
Nothing.
Okay. You know I'm recording this.
Yep.
Yeah, you missed flies.
Check the CB Loft chat for a horrific experience almost relative to our game.
Do y'all see this? This is so freaking creepy. Oh my god, I saw these all over the, oh my god.
Oh, wow.
We're all like trying to figure out what it is.
Is that just a bunch of flies?
Uh-huh.
Gross. Okay, so for everyone that heard that, some gas stations just the pumps are just covered in flies. Pretty creepy.
I'll post it in the stream just so the people watching can see it.
Where is that good old picture? Let's see. If I remember right, I think this is the right picture of the witch. Alright, yeah, because y'all are probably about to come up upon her. Okay, yes, you see a large tree that holds a house in it. This looks like a... Well, I actually have a picture of it too. Walking hut. Seems to be a hut that is lifted up by some sort of tree, and it's walking around. Looks like it's patrolling this the ruins. You can see a light on there as well. The last time you had seen this, it wasn't moving, and there was a giant skull that was floating next to it. That skull is no longer there.
A flying skull. But the hut is still there?
Yeah, the hut's in the same general location as you saw it before, but it's walking around slowly.
I don't see the skull. Perhaps Carmilla has gone and fled. Either way, shall we go check it out regardless?
Once you guys got out this far, Victor turned back into Lilith's general form. And she says, yes, I'd very much like to go and see what may have happened.
Perhaps if the witch is still inside, she'll have answers for us.
Or perhaps Strahd visited here looking for Carmilla, and now her thrall, this witch, well, Strahd's thrall, this witch, is now our enemy. We'll have to slay her.
Perhaps so, but last we checked, the witches of this land are allied with the druids, and they are no fans of Strahd. As a matter of fact, it was this witch and her sister who showed us how to defeat Strahd, showed us the locations of his shrines.
That is quite true, and one we are rather close to right now, as Elias has his eyes on the mountain southeast.
Jeeves, you look like you're feeling brave. Why don't you go knock on the door?
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do it stealthily though.
How do you stealthily knock on a door?
Yeah, out of like What do you call it over here? We call it knock door run in England. It
Ding
is-
dong ditch.
Ding, there you go. I'm gonna ding dong ditch.
Wow.
Ding dong ditch the witch.
Well, you easily make your way up with your climbing ability up the legs of this thing and to the front door. Do you want to knock on it or just peek in? What are you doing once you get out there?
I'm gonna bang on the door and run.
Oh god.
He's actually doing it.
Okay. You just beat your fist on the ramshackle door and skitter on down. As soon as you do, the entire structure stops moving, and a witch bursts out of the front door.
Baba la Saga.
Yes, and the hut lowers itself down to ground level and kind of tilts in a way that aids her to the ground as she begins walking out to you. She
think
doesn't
it's
look
seasonal.
happy. She walks up. Let's see. We'll say,
If there was a way to make that picture look happy, I'd be horrified.
Yeah.
to Mr. Jeeves. She walks up to Mr. Jeeves and says, "Carmilla has gone. Strahd was here. I have been punished. I'm sorry."
Punished how?
And then you see her eyes roll into the back of her head and she says, "Master, I have found them." "Yes, master." And she begins to cast a spell. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Well, this worked out great.
You're just killing these initiative rolls tonight, Brent.
Get Lilith in there too.
You know Emil is still in there, right?
Yeah, we don't really need Jack and Emil in there. I was hoping that they would be used this session. Oh well. Okay, we need a better combat map, so let's just use a generic one. Alright, this is as generic as we can get. It's just, basically a tabletop. It's all swampland. So,
I don't see nothing. Oh, there it is.
alright, let me position everybody. Okay. Mr. Jeeves.
Yeah.
It's your turn first. You hear her start casting a spell.
Hmm. How far away is Pidwick? He's about 15 feet away.
Yeah, each square is 5 feet. We'll
I shout,
put him in an even square to make combat proper.
there you go.
In fact, I got everybody off square, don't I?
Yeah.
Whoops. There we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack, but before I do, I'm gonna shout. What do you mean you think Pidwick's tricks are stupid?
Oh,
I'm gonna
clever.
start attacking her.
Okay. You have an ally within 5 feet, so...
I do. I gotta hit her first.
He's got 2 allies within 5 feet.
Fuck.
Oh, that's a miss.
Double.
Yeah. I'm gonna disengage and step back.
Okay. You find the terrain here is a little bit difficult, being so swampy, but it's not hampering you too much.
Okay.
All right, next up will be Alex.
Okay, first and foremost, she's going to summon the sunlight from the whip, just in case whatever is affecting her is some sort of possession and she can drive it out. And then she's going to step up and slash at her.
Okay. That's a hit.
That's better.
All right, yes, you wound her with that.
And now she's going to try to trip her to break her concentration on her casting.
Okay.
Yes.
That's successful. What do I roll for to counter that trip?
Let me check. I think it's DC Strength 16.
All right, a strength save or check? Probably a check.
Save. No, save.
Same thing, really. Strength. Holy crap! She saved.
Oh god.
Damn it.
In fact, you see her exert an amount of force that is quite surprising.
Well, she still took damage from it, so I would
Mhm.
hope that would interrupt her casting regardless, but
It does look like it interrupted her casting.
okay. Well, she's not prone, but she's not casting anymore, so that's good, I guess. Alright, as she's not going to bother to move or anything, but she is going to call to Pidwick. She's saying horrible things about your lovely tricks.
Okay. You can tell Mr. Pidwick is ready for action.
That'll do it for my turn.
Okay. She begins casting another spell. Let me see what this does, though. So much magic at my fingertips. Gotta look this up.
Is she targeting anyone specific with it, or?
Well, it depends.
Figure that out.
I'm putting the player's handbook to use. Thank you for getting me that on Fantasy Grounds.
Mm-hmm.
The better to hurt you with, my dear.
Well, what I do next all depends on who she's attacking.
She uses a spell on you, Alexandra.
Oh, fantastic.
How many hit points do you have?
A lot.
93.
All right. In that case, let me see what this is. Excellent. I really do love Fantasy Grounds. It makes things so much easier. She echoes a arcane word at you, Alexandra, and you find yourself completely stunned. You are incapacitated for the moment. And if you'd like to look at what that means, I have linked those conditions there. So that's going to be her action. Next up is Lilith. Let's see.
How long does that last? One turn?
You don't know. Okay, Lilith is going to use her charm to see if she can win over the witch. So that's save from wisdom. Oh, when you get it exactly on the number, it's meet or exceed. Yeah, okay. She resists the charms of the succubus. Lilith says, well, drat, you're no fun. She was trying to talk her into stopping her hasty attack to tell her more about what transpired here, but it looks like the charms are having no effect, to the great disappointment of Lilith. Elias, you're up next.
Well, Elias knows, or at least assumes from what he's heard and experienced so far in this adventure, that the Witch Sisters really don't like being under the control and influence of Strahd, so it probably does not do them any favors to be in this condition, and ultimately they do want the same thing. So Elias is hesitant to attack, and he sees what Lilith tries to do, and as much as he hates to, work with Lilith, he's thinking, Lilith, and he speaks to her, would you be willing to take another round of trying that, the next opportunity you're given?
It's bound to work, eventually.
I see. I will protect Alex in the meantime, then. And so that's what Elias does. So he'll try to do what he can for Alex. I don't know if he can... let's see. I think Lesser Restoration might fix that. Hold on. You said stunned, specifically, right?
Incapacitated.
Well, they're both the same. I mean, when you're stunned, you are incapacitated.
Right. Let's see, the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. So it's not the same as paralyzed, I assume.
No. It's a magical effect anyway. I mean, it would have to be in the description of restoration that it would specifically, target that.
Okay. Well, it's not. So Elias will hold his turn for now.
Okay. Pidwick doesn't. Pidwick runs to where he can get a good shot, and he opens his little mouth and shoots a dart. This time not at Elias. Does it hit? Does it hit? I don't know why his little dart attack... Oh, it is. There it is. Excellent. I don't... Oh, no.
Critical?
No, he missed. Critical failure.
Oh, God.
So what would be funny? Well, it couldn't really hit Elias because he's way over there.
Yeah, it could probably hit Lilith. Okay, we'll see if that happens. No, it misses Lilith narrowly. So, next up, unless Elias, do you want to take a turn before it goes to the next round? You're going to lose your held action.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Mr. Jeeves.
Yeah, I'll see now. Step back. I'm gonna use my bow.
Okay. That's a hit.
Why did you roll that on Mr. Jeeves?
That's him doing his effect
Oh,
for
okay.
sneak attack. Since
Yeah.
they're in
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's an ally within 5 feet. A couple of them. All right. You sink an arrow deep into the old flesh of the witch. Good job.
Dusty flesh.
Anything else with your turn?
No.
All right. Alex, please make a Constitution saving throw. That is not enough to wake yourself out of this. Sorry. It was a good roll, though. You're going to not be able to take any actions this round.
Well, damn.
All right. The witch begins to cast another spell. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Let me see how many spell slots she has. Yeah, she's got one for this one. Okay.
Somebody interrupted.
Elias, make a Constitution saving throw.
My last one was not very good, so let's see how this one goes.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
That was a lot of dice.
They rolled extremely poorly. It does not sound like this is fortunate for you, but it could have been a lot worse. Elias, you take 55 points of damage.
Wow. 4 short of dying. Or getting
Yes. She sends a negative energy coursing through you, causing searing pain. Necrotic damage just courses through your body, nearly killing you. And you get the sense of the evilness associated with the spell could have even perhaps changed your corpse should you have died. You felt like you were almost overtaken by some sort of evil power.
Oh,
But
Elias
you-
falls to the ground.
Yeah, you remain yourself, however, and it is now Lilith's turn. And she looks a little worried as Elias screams and falls in pain.
But Elias does say, try it anyway, Lilith. Do it your best.
She says, "Listen, witch, we only want to talk." And That's going to be another wisdom save. Oh my god, I rolled it again. The same save.
Oh, Lord.
She's a stubborn bitch. She failed. Elias, it's your turn.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, Elias will try to he'll cure his wounds the best he can. So third level cure wounds on himself.
Get back in the green, buddy.
Okay, and let's see, he'll move back here.
Save me, Pidwick. You're my only hope.
Alright. Huh. I'm just, hoping Pidwick doesn't shoot another stray dart. Pidwick opens his little mouth and misses yet again. Mr. Jeeves, what would you like to do?
Indeed.
Lilith still counts as what you need to get a sneak attack in.
Well, Alex is out of the picture. Okay.
Yeah, she
All
doesn't threaten it.
I'm gonna step up and use my sword because it does a bit more damage.
Okay. It's a hit. All right, Mr. Cheese, you're on fire tonight. Great hit. It's 3 6s in there. A couple of 1s, but still, really good.
You're throwing her evil shade right back at her with that 666, buddy.
Is that it?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
I can't mix looking at. Yeah.
She does scream loudly in pain as you slice into her. Alex, make another Constitution save. No,
Seriously?
Oh,
not
God.
good enough. Okay, time for me to look at more spells here.
It's pretty funny to me that that Pidwick is quite literally a murder bot. Like he can only hurt things when they're completely defenseless and not moving.
Seems to be that way.
Yeah.
He's a murder bot. He's not a military sniper. You can't tack down moving targets, okay?
Yeah. He does his best.
Indeed, he does. Besides, he seemed to hit you okay once.
Yeah, when the chips are down, he really goes for the jugular. I gotta say.
Where's my drawing thing? There it is. That's not what I want. Oh, pointers. Here we go. Is this diameter or radius? Radius. So... God, it's actually quite large. Yeah. Does that show up? Yeah, it does show up for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh lord, it's an AoE spell.
Actually, she's going to step Well, if she moves, it's going to be an attack of opportunity. If she moves out of your threatening range, anyway. So, she could move here without invoking an attack of opportunity and aim the spell like this. Yeah, because it would only invoke from Alex, but Alex can't. Okay, she creates a large sphere of poisonous green yellowish fog. It begins spreading around, and the area is now heavily concealed, heavily obscured, so it's even harder to see there now. You think that it's going to be harmful if you were to breathe this in. Lilith starts her turn in the cloud and has to make... let's see. What is it? Constitution. She rolls... Let me just check this again. Yeah. She fails her save and begins choking on the vapors. She begins coughing, and it looks like she's in a great deal of pain. Elias, make a Constitution saving throw.
Lilith doesn't try to take movement?
Oh, yeah, she did have a turn, huh? I just kind of skipped it, didn't I? She's gonna move out of the cloud. Duh.
Yeah, I figured.
Sorry, guys. I was anxious to get to Elias.
I'm sure.
I'm not used to actually playing the good guys.
Right.
Sorry. Okay, so she's also coughing at Elias. Should I keep trying?
If you wouldn't mind, she's almost done for anyway, so that if it doesn't work, the next attacks will probably kill her. Well, yes.
Okay. Once again, the witch has to make a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom. Here it goes. And she easily makes it that time. Your tricks won't work on me, demon. Elias, make a Constitution saving throw. You failed. You take poison damage. 25 points of it. You are within just a little bit of being unconscious.
Yeah. He'll make the movement first and then use another curing spell on himself.
Okay. Just move out of the red squares and you should be okay.
Okay.
As long as you move and... Yeah. That's enough. It's 5, 10, 15, 20... Yeah. Your movement speed's 30. That's enough to get you out.
Alright. And... let's...
Alright.
Not as good. Right.
Healing yourself up. Good deal. I assume that's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Alright, Mr. Pidwick shoots another dart. It's a hit! Holy crap! It's
Yay!
a hit. Alright, so let's see. Constitution save. She fails her save.
Hey.
What?
So that's this plus this.
Holy crap.
Oh my.
How much damage was that?
Easy math. That was 20 points of damage. No, 22 because of the dart itself. The dart itself does damage as well. So let me just do some math here. That's
Good job, Pidwick.
Yep. You don't know how much ammunition he has. He's been firing the heavy duty stuff all this time. Mr. Jeeves, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God.
He failed.
Great.
You take 25 points of poison damage.
Oh, that's okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna scoot out of the cloud, I guess.
Good idea.
Trying not to incur an attack, and I'm gonna attack back.
All right, go ahead.
No sneak attack this time.
Damn it!
You miss. No, sneak attack is valid because Lilith is
Yeah,
flanking.
Lilith is still there.
Okay.
Not just flanking, but within 5 feet of the target. Doesn't have to be flanking anymore. It's odd rules, but that's the way it goes. We are without music. All right, Alex, make a Constitution saving throw, or was it
Go on,
Constitution?
Alex.
Hold on, I can't remember.
Yeah, it
what
was Con.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. There's two.
So do I
there's
have
two
to make
savings.
two?
Yeah, it's two.
Yeah.
Let's make the one first for the earlier spell, which was that, and that is a Constitution. Yeah, they're both Constitution. So you are no longer stunned, and you do fail the save, however, for the other spell, the Cloud Kill.
Wow.
That's a pretty high save.
It was the same for both, so you could probably guess what it was. Quick maths. So the damage for that... 20 points of poison damage to Alexandra. However, you are free to go ahead, I think, and, well, let me just read that real quick. I don't know if it ends at the beginning of your turn. I'm sure it does, but let me just double check. At the end of its turns. A stunned target must make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Okay, so no, you don't get to act this round, but you will be able to act next round. Sorry.
Do I get to move at least?
No. No, but you do shake off the effects, so on your next turn you'll be able to attack.
But you'll have the poison to worry about again the next turn.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I thought movement and action were separate.
They are.
Unless the poison, like, dissipates. But we don't know.
But movement is something that you can't do because of the status of stunned. It incapacitates you.
Right.
Alright. On the witch's turn, this cloud seems to be rolling out in the direction she cast it. So it actually moves out of Alexandra's square.
That's good.
Well, that's awful.
However, this creature that she is has other ammunition.
Belch attack. Everybody roll.
Let's see. It's fifth. What's a scrolling? Spells are long. So that was a fifth. Brent, would you get us some music while I'm reading about spells?
Sure. I didn't know how much longer we were playing.
Oh, if you guys need to go, let me know.
I figured 12 at the latest.
What time is it there?
Oh, 11:33 here, so just an hour.
Okay, so we'll wrap up in 30 minutes. Hopefully you guys will still be alive then.
Uh,
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. That is pretty crazy. Uh-oh, who did we lose?
April. Well, she's back though.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently she can't hear us.
Yeah.
What is the range on this? Oh wow,
Hello?
that's a lot.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, we
What
could.
happened?
Nothing yet. I've been reading about spells. God.
No,
this,
I meant on technical aspects on my end. It's like Discord just hiccuped.
Well, we could hear you the whole time.
Yeah, we can hear you pop in and say hello, and then leave.
Well, unfortunately, disconnecting and reconnecting to Discord seems to be the only way to fix that little stupid hiccup. Sorry.
All right, a bright streak flashes from her pointing finger, and blossoms into a low roar, or with a low roar, into an explosion of flame. Pidwick, Alexandra, and Jeeves are all caught up in the explosion, and I will need dexterity saving throws from each of you.
Fingers crossed.
Sounds like the dragon statue's cone of fire.
Mr. Jeeves makes it. Alexandra makes it. And
Come on, Pidwick.
Pidwick.
Well, Pettis.
He's
Come
pretty
on, Pidwick.
dexterous.
Yeah, he's pretty dexterous. Saving throw. He failed.
No!
Oh.
Full damage.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So I'm gonna roll individual damage for everybody. We'll do Mr. Jeeves first.
Woo.
Alright, then let me half
my
that.
God.
Alright, this is half of it. 15 points of fire damage to Mr. Jeeves.
Okay, that's not bad.
Now the damage for Alexandra. 14 points of fire damage. That's half. And then the full brunt of damage on Pidwick the second, who is exploded into pieces.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And parts of those pieces are now on fire.
Are there any cogs, like little cogs on the outside?
You're not using his pieces to fix the music.
Yes, there are. There are indeed. There are cogs all over the place in the swamp now. Mr. Pidwick has
So-
ceased to be. He is no more. He is an
That's interesting, then.
X-construct.
So Strahd's gonna be pissed that he ordered the witch to kill his... What?
Yep.
Well,
That's gonna be crazy.
I mean,
Got no-
Pidwick
no
attacked
one to
her
blame
and
himself.
hit her for a pretty good bit of damage. It's Lilith's turn again.
I'll
And
just
she
scoop
says-
him up.
Certainly you don't mean to do these actions. Elias has faith in you. And she looks at you, Elias, as if asking, do you have faith? Because, do you want me to do this again?
It is the best outcome I can imagine, but I'll leave that up to you.
All right. She's working her magic, trying to charm the witch. Let's see. That's a wisdom saving throw. Oh, it stuck. It stuck this time by 1 point. By one point, man. All right. Let me see what charm does exactly here, because we're going to be using it to its fullest extent. One humanoid the fiend can see within 30 feet must make a saving throw. Charmed for a day. All right. Obeys verbal or telepathic commands. Oh shit. The target
doesn't
is
work?
Oh no, it does. Okay. I thought it could only have one charmed target at a time, and it currently has the Burgomaster charmed. The charm on the Burgomaster has ended though.
Well, that's
By doing
fine.
this. Okay. So suddenly you see the witch relax as Lilith begins talking her down and saying, "You will not harm any of these visitors, no matter what Strahd says. You told him of our presence. He must be on his way. He can take care of this himself. We wish to know what transpired here, and if Carmilla has been harmed." And Baba Lysaga says, "Well, it is my duty to obey Strahd, no matter what. I apologize for my attack, as I did so before I did it. However, you are in open rebellion of Strahd now, and he knows this, so you should be very wary. If I help you out, I'm sure he will slay me. You must leave here at once." And Lilith says, "Tell us what became of Carmilla." "Carmilla was my guest for a good time. I enjoyed her company. However, she told me she figures Strahd may be searching for her now, so she fled. She was correct. Strahd visited my hut, ordered me to search for her or attack you on sight if you were to come to her aid."
So you no longer wish to see Strahd done away with?
What I wish doesn't matter in the end. I've helped you as much as I can.
Well, we will still be undertaking this task.
I wish you the best success in your endeavors.
Maybe you can't know or appreciate it, but we tried several times under my own urging that we would not slay you ourselves. So we did our best to spare you, and I know you may not care or appreciate that, and hopefully Strahd does you no harm before we can take him out ourselves.
He will understand I was under the influence of a spell. I may yet live. And if I can, I will assist my sisters. Hopefully we can break away from this curse of Strahd. Tainted our land so long ago. Tainted our bodies and our souls and twisted us into these forms you see now.
Yes, I remember that conversation quite well, and that is why I was quite insistent on this being the outcome that we reached. Then thank you. I believe we will do our best to lift the curse, if at all possible.
Do not return. Cannot offer my allegiance and beyond what your charm can do for you now.
See, makes sense.
Lilith says, "You are a wise old witch. I'm afraid that I have to leave you. but do you have any idea where Carmilla may have escaped to? And she says for a minute, she's not entirely familiar with these places. It's probably somewhere not far from here, but Strahd would think the same. Just try to think one step ahead of Strahd, and if you can't, perhaps think maybe where she would go, and you'll find her there. If you find her, Strahd has probably found her just as easy or easier. His eyes are everywhere here. Communication with him is swift. With the right allies, the right spies.
Alex is doing everything she can to hold herself back from outright slaughtering this witch, and she's going to move up here and collect the pieces of Pidwick.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Wow.
You're having problems finding all the cogs in the swamp. You think it's going to be pretty much impossible to find every bit of him.
Jeeves, help me.
Right.
Natural 20. All right, miraculously and without argument from the DM, you managed to find every single little part you think, and you're confident that you've found all of where he's blasted off to. And you mash his little face into the water where it was on fire, and he's no longer scattered among the swamp. You've gathered up all his pieces. You could probably roll them up in your bedroll or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
yeah.
has them collected well
I'll
and
roll
protected
them.
in her arms.
Yeah.
Well, that is fortunate. We can bring him back to Blinsky and hopefully build him to be new again and hopefully a better attitude.
She just glares at Elias.
Why are you glaring at me?
She's in a bad mood.
Her
Mike,
little friend was just destroyed. How dare you?
you're a little murderer friend, yes.
Oh.
So I have this new effect, Blessed Healer. I just healed Jeeves some, and it restores HP to me, but it seems to not do it automatically.
Thank you, Ross.
I can manually apply it, but there's got to be a way to do it. We'll have to look up the proper way to do that on Fantasy Grounds. I can just manually do it. Tell me how much it healed.
So it'll be 2 plus the spell's level, so just 3.
All right, so 19 is your current wound points.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
And I'll be doing that again to... You can go ahead and give me 3 more because I'm about to heal Alexandra.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
The witch says, you can expect a visit from Strahd soon. If he's not busy looking for Carmilla, I'm pretty sure he will be looking for you.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised myself.
If you can't find her, you can be sure he'll find you sooner. Prepare yourselves. And that's where we'll end for the night.
Okay. Poor Pedwick.
Yeah.
We can fix him.
Well, when you make him engage in combat, I mean, that's the risk. He wasn't a very sturdy little thing. Very deadly little thing.
We will fix him.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of crazy magic, man.
Hey, do you still have yours open, Mike?
Yeah.
Should have just killed her.
Okay. I'm gonna use Channel Divinity for Preserve Life to do a little bit more healing to everybody. And that is 30 hit points I can distribute among everyone.
Sure. So I'll go ahead and that counts for your 3, right? So
3 what?
that's a healing spell that you're using, so it'll give you 3 more hit points.
Actually, no, because it's
All right.
a feature instead of a spell. I don't think it works that way. It might, but I don't think it's included. It says spell in the description. So if I was being,
Right, you're just using your expertise as a healer, not anything magical.
yeah, if I was
I don't know.
if I was one of those people that just tried to take every little advantage I could, I might, agree to taking it, but I don't think I'm supposed to. So I'm gonna give
I think you're within 3 hit points of dying this battle.
yeah, like twice.
Yeah, so I mean it could matter.
So I'm gonna give, let's see, 12 each to the guys besides me, and 6 to myself.
So 6 to you. So you're at 10, and then 12 off of Alexandra.
Yeah.
So she's at 10. And
And
let's see, 9, 8, 7, 17.
reduce.
All right.
Yep.
Quick maths.
And I can do that again if I feel like it. So that's pretty useful.
Well, there's exactly 32 points remaining of damage left, if you're not including Lilith.
I see 37.
10, 20, 30. Yeah, 37. I don't know. I'm tired. Slow maths.
Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and use it again. I don't think we're gonna run into undead, so yeah, we'll do it again. And
I don't think we're gonna run into undead, says the man who was just warned that Strahd is looking for us.
Right, like
well,
a vampire lord.
Turn undead's not gonna work on Strahd, I'm pretty sure.
He's
He's undead.
I mean, really?
Yeah, yeah. There's a chance it could work, man. I mean, he is Strahd von Zarovich, so there is probably some other tricky bits to it that you don't know. But he's a vampire, and you can turn undead.
I would just assume he would outright resist it.
Well, he might have stuff like that, but I mean, when it comes down to it, rules are rules, and he's undead.
Well, I know the destroy undead part of it won't work because he has to be under a certain
Oh yeah, you'd have to be an insane level to simply destroy him with a turn. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah. So, how should I distribute the final 30? What do you guys think?
I think that Jeeves should be completely healed. You should be completely healed. And Alex, if you have any leftovers, go to her. She's got 93 hit points max, so that's a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll just take off 3 of hers and then completely heal me and Jeeves. That sounds good to me.
All right, so she's got 7 left, and you guys are good.
Yeah. All right, and I have no idea how many hit points Lilith has, but I'm just going to leave her alone.
Just a side note out of character, if she would have killed you with Finger of Death, you would have come back as a zombie under her control.
Wow. Like, just outright, automatically?
Yeah.
Damn. And I was like 4 points away from that, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I was pretty worried, man. Of course.
That's just like at the castle when we were leaving, and I rolled like 1 point away from being gone with the death save that time.
This battle would have been over much faster if Alex hadn't been incapacitated during the first round.
Yeah, that's power word. Stun. That's her most powerful spell.
Did that just work when she did it? I don't remember like a roll for Alex.
I failed a Constitution save.
Okay.
Actually, she didn't even get the opportunity to make a save initially.
Okay.
It just
thought
works.
so.
But at the on her turn, she can. It's guaranteed to at least make him miss a turn.
Okay.
But it's an 8th level spell. It's pretty high up there.
Yeah, I figured it had to be something like that.
In
where
fact,
it's like...
it's the highest level spell I've ever cast as a DM. Ever.
Wow.
I wonder if while Lilith has her charm, she'll let us dig through her hut. I wonder if she has any potions or anything that can help us in there.
Well, we can try that next time.
Oh.
That sounds like a good indication.
Well, I can't remember if you guys got that yet or not. I'll have to... Well, shit. I'll just ask you guys if you remember. Because you're going to find it next week anyway, if you're going to search the hut, and she's being cooperative. How many gemstones did you restore to the winery? I remember you did one for sure.
Just the one.
Just one, yeah.
And where did you get that from? That was from Winter Splinter.
That was from Winter Splinter, yeah.
All right, you guys are going to find the second one.
Woo!
Cool.
So they'll be able to make their better wine.
That's not incredibly helpful, but it's cool.
It'll cheer up the people of the land a little.
I'll get them more drunk.
Yep.
That was good.
Well, and I mean, as far as a traditional campaign, if I wouldn't have gone the route of, it adds up to your
Experience.
milestones. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
So it's a minor milestone.
And it might help our relations with the angry people of Kresk, in case we need to get back there for anything.
For Isaac, you mean? Right?
For
He's,
anything.
He's not.
They
in
had shops and everything. Yeah, he's up in the monastery.
Well, it's not easy to get there without going through the town.
But there are shops and everything in Kresk, so we didn't actually get a chance to fully explore the town.
Man, this campaign has gone on for so long. We've done so much.
Yeah.
I think you guys are getting pretty close to the final chapter here. I mean, Strahd's pissed. You guys are running out of places to not find Lisa. You've got to find her soon. I mean, you've pretty much
we've got two
uncovered...
sites left to purify, so we've got to figure out who's helping us do it and how we're going to coordinate it.
Well, what's the last you've seen of Esmeralda and Van Richten?
I haven't visited them in a while.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go, but we did this instead.
All right. Well, I hope that this was entertaining for whoever we streamed it for. I'll upload it to YouTube, and we'll call it a night.
We had like 7 people watching.
Cool. Well, thanks. It's good playing with everybody. I wish Logan would have been here. He definitely would have made this an easier fight.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make it.
He's having computer issues, and apparently he just couldn't get in, so... The last we saw of him was casting a gem into a brazier in
Brazier.
Brazier.
Brazier, whatever.
Brazier.
And
He cast a
teleporting
gem
away.
into a brazier.
Haven't we all?
Oh my god.
He smiled and walked away.
Bravo, Brett.
Do pearls count as gems? I guess they do. Whole pearl necklace in there. All right.
Oh my god.
See you guys next week.
Wow.
Okay. All right.